Hey, there we go. Can you hear me? How we doing out there? How's it going, chat room? My name is Jeff Fritz. Welcome back to my live stream. I'm not at home. I'm making do with a hotel. I'm out here in sunny Redmond. New studio who dis No, this isn't a new studio, fellas. This is a hotel. I'm here in Redmond. It's so early in the morning. It is 7 a.m. out here, and nobody in the West Coast is awake yet. I don't get this. They don't wake up. They don't. I try and get folks to do stuff at 7 a.m. and it's like pulling teeth. Um, gosh, I'm thrilled to be out here. I'm in town. I'm in Redmond. I'm on campus this week at Microsoft for the Microsoft MVP Summit. It's 7 a.m. says Fairy Wings. Yeah, I know. And people are cringing on the West Coast, where back east, I normally wake up about 5:30, 6 a.m. every day. So I'm going to get myself a little G Fuel ready here. I brought my G Fuel with me. Helps me adjust to time zone differences. There you go. I brought black on blackberry with me this week. Everybody at MVP Summit's going to see me sucking on this stuff all week. On a Sunday, I know. A Sunday at 7 a.m. Who knew? Who knew? 2 p.m. Nice comfortable time in the UK. Maybe. So I've got my Twitch shaker. Got the G Fuel happening, all lined up there. How's it going, everybody? Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks for joining me. Stop the stream and let's get omelets. No, not doing that. No omelets. We got to write code. It's morning. We always write code this time of the morning. And I've got a little bit of fun here with the lights. Let me see if I turn off the lights directly above me, if that helps a little bit. 1 second. Let's see if we can get this better. You know what? That's not bad. All right. That's not bad. Keyed omelets. No. We're gonna write some code here this morning. I'm excited. I'm happy to be here. I'm thrilled to be in town for this event for the MVP Summit, and I'm always happy to write some code with friends. Let's break some code instead of eggs. Absolutely, Brave Cobra. And CM Chris Jones is here. Puppet Master Z, been awake since 4 a.m. You know what? Yeah, that's kind of a thing whenever you fly out here to from east to west, you end up with that weird time adjustment. Let's get some music playing in the background. Um, you know what? I feel like playing gold today. How's that level? Is that not bad? I think we're all right there. And we lost one of our logo images over there in the box. Oh yeah. Let's see if we can set that level. Since I'm not on my mixer at home, I have to readjust things. All right. How we doing? How's that sound? Sound is good. Best code is made at 2 a.m. Yeah. Do I have a blog post or something about my mobile streaming setup versus home? Yes, I do. Um, and I took pictures the first time that I did it. Um, and it's kind of crazy here. I tried to get my second Stream Deck set up, but I didn't have everything all ready to go with that. Let me go over here to... Hello, now I'm over here. I didn't have the sentiment analysis configured on this machine, so no sentiment analysis today. We'll get that set up for next time. But I do have a blog post about my mobile setup. I use 3 machines, so I end up with the same 3 screens that I have at home. If I go to, I believe, you know what? Let's use DuckDuckGo. Site, jeffreyfritz.com, mobile stream. I think that's what I called it. Ultimate guide to the mobile web. No. I don't see it. I know I blogged about it. Did I call it On the Road? streaming on the road. Here it is, from February 2018. Here from a super. I don't have the build giveaway set up to go yet. You'll see a panel that pops up on the that'll pop up on the channel when we're ready to go with that. The build giveaway. I have the final. I have to get the final approval, and there's a website that needs to be set up and wired up to us, and then we will absolutely have the stuff about the build giveaway happening. So this is a little bit of detail about how I stream when I'm on the road. I've previously brought my green screen with me, and it's a pain in the neck to carry. And I'm not getting notifications on. Nice. The alert notifications are not coming through, are they? Thanks so much. I saw a resub from Kevin Griffin. Thank you so much for your Twitch Prime. Yeah. We'll make a donation to Black Girls Code. Thank you very much. I really appreciate those. Don't need a green screen. No, don't need a green screen. Just appreciate that I'm going to have a little bit of the screen cut out here. I do carry 3 laptops when I'm streaming on the road. And I have a complete list here. These are the same 3 machines that I use when I'm on the road, and I'm using right now. I have my HD60S video capture here. I'm not using the Plantronics headset. It didn't make sense. I was carrying 3 headsets at one point. That was stupid. I'm only carrying the one, and this is a Skull Candy Hesh 2 that I use. I could use it wirelessly, but I preferred the wire because then I use the microphone that's in line here. Hello, that's me. Technically, I have 3 laptops, but one is a work laptop. Yeah, one of these is a work laptop as well that I use. So 3 laptops on the go makes TSA stare at you. What the heck is this person doing? And then I show, there's what the final setup looks like. And I actually have them reversed. I have the Surface Book 2 on my right and the Mac on my left, because when I look to the left here, it looks like I'm kind of looking at where the chat room is pinned on the screen. It's a shame that the on the road setup only streams at 720. Well, I'm on hotel Wi-Fi, so I couldn't push 1080. I should have pushed 1080 when I was in the studio, 1080p and 60 frames a second on the wire there. But I actually had network lag issues from the Channel 9 studios. Don't know what that was, but that was weird. Yes, this is the Hesh 2. So from Skull Candy. Yeah, I'm lucky I've even got network here in the hotel, and I'm watching that bit rate. So I'm only pushing 1500 today because I want to make sure that I still get content out to you. So yeah, we're lucky it even works.
Right.
But he's still here. So why the heck? We're not streaming Apex. No, we're not. No. Why isn't that event list, the event images? Why does it keep disappearing on me here? Let's see if I can fix that real quick. Yep, that's the one. Here it comes. That should be better now. If hotel network goes down, tethered to the mobile phone. Yeah, I tried that in Germany. Failed miserably. Yeah, I'm not gonna. If someone streams from the next room, everyone suffers. That's why I'm streaming at 7 in the morning. And I paid for the enhanced network so that hopefully it's a little bit better. We'll see. We shall see. But I've got different cable setup here than what I'm used to. So that's a little bit of information about how I'm set up, what this looks like. And that was what I did when I was at Code Fellows in Seattle back in February 2018, just about a year ago, a little bit, 13 months ago. Yeah, good enough for now. Right. We're on the road. I'm curious watching these Stream Elements widgets that I have wired up here, and they're not updating at all. They're not updating at all. this is going to be interesting to see if they actually update, to see if they actually behave properly. Right, let's refresh those. Yeah. Joining from somewhere near Nebraska on the way to Summit, Devon. Dave Noderer. Oh my gosh, Dave watching from 30,000 feet. How's it going, Dave? Great to see you. Thanks for joining us. The sentiment is I didn't have it wired up to these set of these displays. And the version of the bot actually on this machine isn't the latest. You know what? Maybe we can restart that and get the latest running. Let's see there. Hey, crows. Let's see. Maybe I can get that running real quick. Because I had it pinned to a specific version. Let's see if I can get that running again with the latest. That should do it. There we go. Now we've got the latest version of the bot. You can't stop the bot. You have the Uproar wireless Skullcandy headphones. What do you think of them, rocket-propelled Freeman? They pretty good? Streamed from an on-the-road setup for the first time on Friday. Quite different experience. Yeah, it is. It is. When you're on the smaller machines, and that's why I've got things connected all kinds of different ways. I've got my, I sound like Jack Black now for a second. I've got my Delgado, right? The Elgato. This is the HD60S from Elgato video capture card. Now my friend Chef Brent really doesn't like this device. There it is. Well, that's not going to work. Let's select back in. There we go. There it is. The HD60S, you can see that. And I've got video coming in, USB-C going out. And that's how you're getting the video from this machine in front of me going out. Happy birthday, Janescu. Welcome to your late 30s. So, and now you can truly say,
I drink and I know things.
Yeah, that's what we do in our late 30s, 40s. We drink and we know things. So I spent some time on the flight out, working on our cheer parsing that we've been doing. This is a project that we started a few weeks ago. Kind of put it to the side, and it's around this concept of cheer graffiti. Rocket propelled Freedman loves them, takes them on the road, hooked up to your laptop. Nice, nice. I like these because they can go wireless also. So I'll pull the cable out of them, and then I can have I can use them wirelessly with the phone using Bluetooth. So I'm trying to keep an eye on alerts here because I don't see anything coming through from Streamlabs, and that worries me. Rock the hell out of your iPod Touch. 2010 called. They'd like their hardware back, please. All right, let's see here. So I started working on this a few weeks ago, and this is a little bit of code to work with the Bits for Bytes promotion that we've been doing. You can find more information about that below me here. And what we do whenever somebody cheers more than 100 bits, yes, unit test, that's right, Brave Cobra. Whenever someone cheers more than 100 bits, we put an entry into our code. We put a comment with their name and the date to thank them for their support. We've got a lot of comments in our code now. And we're at a point where it's been 3-4 months we've run this promotion. We want to start to pull that out and put it into a supporters markdown file. So this project here, Fritz and Friends / Cheer Graffiti, is full of that code, and it uses the Roslyn C# compiler to interpret, to read these class files, to read these C# files, because that's what we use on stream. Nobody else really does this. This is kind of unique to Jeff. But we want to parse those files and generate some sort of markdown, some sort of a report. I was thinking supporters.md file to go into our GitHub repository here that says, thank you. Thank you to these folks who have supported the development of this project. And your Zune died recently. Are you kidding? You're still using a Zune, Smab? Let's hear it for Smabzoon. Wow. So I see a subscription and nothing. No alert. Thank you for the sub, Motown Andy. I really appreciate that resub. 3 months in a row. That's going to put you into a red mug. And we'll make a donation to Black Girls Code. For traveling, laptop's actually heavy to travel with. If you bring my travel laptop, you're good. Press F for respect. Yeah. So this project will pull out using the Roslyn compiler all of that code appropriately, and we'll get details about what the cheers are inside of that file. So I made some changes. I worked on some enhancements so that we can point it at a folder and have it locate, have it identify, here's all the cheers inside this folder. And that was just a little bit of navigating around the folders. Go from, wherever we are, go find that project file, right? In C#, that's a file that ends with a csproj extension. We know that's at the root of our project. And then from there down, go find all of our C# files. Those end with .cs extensions. And then we'll take those, process those, and then right now I've got a little bit of a report that it generates. And it's actually not even a report, it's an in-memory collection. So now I want to take that in-memory collection, turn it into a markdown file. I'm not sure what grain I want those markdown files. Do I want one for the entire project? Or do I want one for each folder? I don't know yet. You heard the woo. There's plenty of woo, rocket-propelled Freeman. Oh yes. Oh yes, yes, yes. There's woo to go around. There's gritty available in the chat room. Chat room, can I get some gritty? Can I get some C# gritty emotes? Our friend there, rocket-propelled Freeman, is a big gritty fan. No, thanks, Hugo. Thanks. There we go. Thank you, Johan. So I've got a bunch of tests out here. I'm not sure why it's saying why none of these tests passed. We're gonna have to take a look at this because I had a mountain of tests working last night. Did I break something? I probably did. If I know me, I broke something. That's kind of what I do. It's a thing. Right? There we go. That's what I'm looking for. 29 tests passed, 1 test skipped. Okay, good. Teach you to mess with me. Let me bump up the font size. I shrank the font size so I could see more while I was on the plane. No yuppie. You know what? Yeah. I'm a big fan of Montreal Canadiens, but I gotta stick with my gritty emote. Hey, Fanny Reinders is here. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Let me push up the font size a little bit here, make sure we can see. How's that? Is that better font size for you? Let me know, friends, in the chat room. You know what? I'm going to leave this about that wide. Maybe I could shrink it a little bit. I want to be able to see the code, even because I'm not using the chroma key. I want you to be able to see my video as well. Oh, Janescu with a couple of Fierce Kittens emotes. Gritty looks like a face on a pizza. I know it's not, but it's what it looks like to you. Okay. Good to see you. Well, yeah, absolutely. I'll catch you later on at the summit. I'll be around today. We're gonna be doing a little filming. We've got a couple things that we need to work on for some of the other upcoming events while we're in town here. Dahabs. Yeah, Dahabs. All right, so I have the code now that'll identify the files to process. It will go through and for each one of those files that it finds inside the folder, start our code analyzer that'll actually read these files and find that cheer information, copy that into this locate cheers and file contents method, and do the analysis and return that list of cheers. So I have a couple unit tests that I've added in here that allow me to test, and here's something I don't think people do well with their unit tests. I wrote a dummy file into my unit test project with a dummy cheer here so that I could have a file that I knew was always going to be there that I could test against and make sure that it found the one cheer that's in it. Right? Love the rainbow bearded Clippy. The boss. No. That one has a pack of 100 rainbow bearded Clippy stickers that were delivered to him that we're gonna give out this week. Crazy 240. Thank you for the happy St. Patrick's Day. Yeah. No, not that. You're thinking of the wrong. I'm referring to actually that one. Which? Well, the one who says
it can be done exactly how I want it. The only question is, are you the man to do it?
That one. Okay. So what I want you to see here is this is a test bit of a test file that I want to make sure that I can generate and pull cheer information out of. Yeah, that's Scott. There you go. So what I did was I put this into my project, but I marked it as an embedded resource. It's over on that side. Don't compile this. This isn't actually code for the project. This is code for us to test against. So by making this an embedded resource, it's not going to compile it, but instead it's going to take this as a block of text and embed it inside of our assembly DLL. This way, it's always with us when we build and run our test, because our test has it gets compiled into a DLL so it can be executed, and that file will be next to it. So I actually wrote here. Great, you're giving me some red X's now. Thanks so much. Why are you giving me red X's there? Yeah, you're not going to tell me why, are you? Are you? So I wrote a method here that, where is it? It's not in this one. Which one is it? Is it down in here? It might be this one. Might be this one. Yep. So I wrote a method called extract test files resource, and I specify the name of my file. So I should be able to reuse this as I add more files. And when this method is called, what it's going to do is it's going to say, well, does that file actually exist on disk yet? If it does, we don't need to do this again. If it doesn't, we're going to proceed and we're going to get out of the manifest. The manifest resource stream says, look at this DLL, look at what we've compiled and embedded into it, and find this file. And that name for the manifest resource stream is the name of the assembly, which in my case, because naming is hard, it's the same as the name of the project, test.cheergraffiti. And then it's the namespace of that file. So it'll be test files, because that's the name of this folder right here, dot that file name, test file 1. Shouldn't better take an array or a list of files? I don't know yet. I don't need that yet, so I only built what I needed. If I need more, I'll refactor and build it out appropriately at that time, right? I'm a believer in what folks who do agile development, they practice something they call YAGNI. YAGNI is an acronym for you aren't gonna need it. So if you're not gonna need it, don't build it. Make it work, then make it good. Yeah. If I need to process an array, I'll process an array. But for right now, I think my tests will only process one file at a time. We'll figure it out later if I need to do more. So this knows how to process, extract that file, and run a test. So in my test framework that I'm using here, and I'm using a framework called XUnit, I have this method that's going to take that file processor, get the cheer for this one file that I'm passing in, file 1, and check to make sure that it finds that cheer that I put in there. If you're checking for a file name, taking the file name and then identifying the file by the name again, you could directly pass around the file. I could pass around the file. However, I want it to, and that's something that I can probably simplify in these methods. I probably could. I'm not there yet. We could refactor that down a little bit. Be as lazy to the point to only code what you need right now. Exactly, exactly. Salunator and keep it, yes, KISS right now, my part of the world, KISS is an acronym for keep it simple, stupid. I'm not that stupid, but I want to make sure that I don't write any more code than I need. I like deleting code, but you registered namingthingshard.com. It is. Naming things is hard. That's kind of like our friend Quiltoni. She actually did her emote get approved? She has an emote that she just submitted. Words are hard. Did that become available? Because nope, not yet. That's something that she says a lot. Yeah. I shouldn't need a .dev. No. We don't need a .dev. Deleted more code at your current customer than you've added. You know what? There's something to be said for deleting code. Smaller, more maintainable code that has the proper abstractions. It does just what it needs and nothing more. And eliminates duplicate code. Is a very good thing. So the projects here, it runs some tests. The one that I'm skipping here right now, I want to show you this. This is where it's identifying the files to process and make sure that it can do that. I wanted to write a test that would handle the relative path scenario. But to handle the relative path scenario, I need to set the current folder name. Well, if I'm setting the current folder when this test runs, I need to set the current folder at the beginning of the test, run the test, and then I need to reset it back to what the state was before. And I forget how to do test, what is it? A test wrap up in XUnit. So that's something that I need to do, a test setup and a test wrap up on this method so that I can be sure that I leave my test in the same state that I entered it in. So that's a thing that I'm going to need to do at some point, but I'm not concerned yet. Constructor and destructor, exactly. But, and see, I've got red X's here. Why is it giving me red X's? I am in Visual Studio 2017 because this machine doesn't have the preview on it, but I don't know why I'm getting red X's here. That makes me feel bad, right? Because I ran everything and it runs. So, right, the red X's are telling me that live unit testing isn't able to run these. But it's not going to tell me what it is. Kitty's Homestead, hello, welcome. Gumshoe's here, hey Gumshoe. Some clever code is good as long as it's readable and understandable. Yes. Whenever you write code, the next person after you has to be as clever as you were when you wrote it. And if they're a shotgun-wielding psycho killer, you've got problems. They could be this guy. Don't do that. Restart the live unit testing? All right, let's try that. Live unit testing, stop. Live unit testing, start. Doesn't it give you the error if you hover over it? Nope. Nope, it just says covered. And yeah, now I've got red X's over here. Why? But if I force it to run, everything works. I have a feeling it's related to how that resource is extracted. Right, and these are telling me that none of these were run, which clearly isn't the case. You know what? I wonder if I can clean up that folder, right? Maximum number of test processes, cap memory, logging level, right? I want to be able to delete persisted data, but no. Right, I can't do these things. Do I have to stop it first? Tool, it's over here. Test, live unit testing, stab. Live unit testing options. There we go. The delete persisted data. Yes, please. Now let's restart it. Be great if in that live unit testing folder menu, if I had a purge data option right there. Nope, didn't work. But if I rerun, it does. So, you know what? It runs in the one set of unit tests. That's good for me. Different location than the manual unit test window. It is. They do run in a temp folder, yeah. Let's do this. So, right, here's the thing. This may be, well, maybe this is part of it. For this locating, I'm actually looking at the current folder only. So maybe I've run into the same issue that I have with that other set of tests, that other test where it doesn't know, it doesn't see the folder that my files are in. Right? We've created an empty folder, and we've also got this source folder that we've created. Maybe I need to do the same thing with the embedding. I did not pack the green screen. That's right, Michael Jolly. Yep. So, Michael Jolly, please do me a favor. Drop me a direct message on Twitter. Let's talk about when we can get together and do our stream, our pair programming stream. What if he's just in Philly, he has a hotel in the background as a green screen? No, it wouldn't look this bad. It would look amazing, but not today. I think I need to do the same thing here with this source folder that I did with the resource for the test file. It would be, but I don't think I would do that. I don't think I would do that. You don't have an assembly folder until you're debugging? Well, when live unit testing runs, it doesn't copy over the source code to that folder. So this doesn't exist. It's probably going right off the top, popped off the top of the stack. You know what I think I should do? I think I should create a folder and copy my test files into it. Inject an iTest output helper to replace console, and then you can capture, then you can echo out. I could do that. I feel like that's something that I would like to have in the box anyway with XUnit. GitHub IO docs capturing output. Right. And then how do we specify which one it is? Yeah, we just receive iTest output helper. Yeah. Let's go back over there. iTest output helper. Let's call it that. And no, I don't want to generate type. Oh, Karnak. Okay. And let's say, let's create a property here. Output. I'm not used to this keyboard. I've been using it so much. No. This dot output helper equals output helper. There we go. create one of these. Yep, it's a read-only property. That's good for me. Yeah. So now if I did say output helper dot write line current working directory, and gosh, it's going to be what's the current working directory? Look at this. Folks saying I should capitalize that H. Let's capitalize it, sure. So we get our, what is it to get the current working directory? It's the, shouldn't we put the files into test with temp? No, don't like that at all. We don't know where temp is, and we want to make sure we clean up afterwards. So if I put it somewhere that I know where it is, I can delete that folder later. Path get current directory. Thank you. No, I don't. Directory get current directory. Ah, there we go. Thank you. And then we want. What? What's that returning to me? A string. Fantastic. All right. And right now, if I mouse over this and we take a look at one of these, it's not showing me that at all. So live unit testing isn't showing me that output at all. Yeah. But it built and ran over here, and I've got all greens. So I think what we need to do is we need to create a faux project folder, which, let's get rid of this. And let's say new, Karnak, go away. Thank you. You know what, I'm gonna accelerate Karnak there a little bit. Have it fade away a little bit faster. Not 5 seconds. I'm gonna have it fade away after 2. All right, new, where was I? Yep, new directory info. We'll call this source folder. If this source folder exists, and we're going to want to put a not in front of that. This source folder create, and then I want to copy the contents into it from that other location, which is the same thing that I'm doing here with extract test files resource. Now I want to create a base class. Now I need to reuse this. I do have the output, and it isn't including that in the unit test output, the live unit test output. So let's take this method and put it into a base fixture. I'm just going to call this base fixture, and I'm going to put it in this file just so I can move things around a little bit easier, because I'm going to grab this, put it down here, and then mark this as protected, right? Protected items in a class, those are available outside the to classes that inherit from this one. And now I'll move this to its own file. So now this knows how to do that capability to extract, good. And yeah, over here, Well, wait a sec. Let's go back over to base fixture. It doesn't say where it's writing it to. It just creates one based on the file name. It doesn't say what folder. Let's do this. Let's add an optional parameter here. And we will say if not, string is null or empty. So if we have a target folder, file name equals path.combine. We want to combine that target folder and then the file name that we're writing out to. So, oh man, it was great to see. Is Fairy still here? It was great to see that she stopped by. She's about a 2-hour drive from here, and I was thinking, oh, it'd be great if I could drive down, have lunch, and it's just too far a drive to drive down and get back and still participate in some of the MVP activities that are going on. And my apologies if there's cheers or subs or new followers coming through. I am not getting any alerts. Looks like Streamlabs alerts are not working today. Surprise. She had to reboot, says Svava. All right. That's a thing.
Oh my.
I'm just thrilled you tuned in to watch me this Sunday morning. All right, so now I can specify the file name the file folder to write into. So now, yep, I'm still broken here. If I look at my tests here, let's see, that should still work. Except for this one little bit here, all that should work. What did I break here? Identify files to process. Yes, because I don't, right. We're good there. This is because I haven't put anything into that folder yet. So now I should be able to say base extract. So I created that base class. So we need to inherit from base fixture so I can use that capability now. Hey Svava, gosh, I didn't see it. We're having mischief today. You cheered my stream 100 bits the other day when I was offline. Well, that doesn't. Thank you, but I can't do anything about that. Not today. So the file name is testfile1.cs, and the target folder is going to be this source folder full name. So now it should be able to always have that available. Closer. Value cannot be null, parameter name stream. Let's take a look at where that is. Why aren't you navigating there? I'm clicking you. Navigate. Navigator? No. Here, new stream reader, stream. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Yeah, I need a target file name. And that N in target file name should be a thing. So now the stream writer should go to target file name. Cool. All greens on the unit test, the live unit test, right? That all works now. Feeling good. Why does this look like, no, I want you in the corner. Bottom offset, right offset. 0. Don't want you in the middle of my code. Get out of my code. Allegedly, I accidentally fried a complex electronic project. My stream will never know. Oh man. Oops. Oops. That's a thing. All right. So now all the live unit tests run and they're extracting and writing out the file. That's exactly the kind of thing I'm looking for. Okay. Next step. Let's take these changes, right? There we are. Yep. Take these changes, commit them, put them into source control, and then let's set up a DevOps build process for this. And then we'll look at finishing building this into an EXE that we can run on DevOps. Refactored to allow folder exploration unit tests to run anywhere. Cool. And now that's available on GitHub. All right. Right? You done? You done there? Thank you. Cool. Let's go over to Azure DevOps. So it's what, devazure.com. Okay. Sign into Azure DevOps, please. And watch, it's probably signed in with the wrong ID. Yeah, it's signed in with the wrong ID. I have no idea what some of these things are. No. And I can't change my ID here. I'm gonna have to sign out, sign out. Yep, it was walking up too far, Brave Cobra. Alright, let's try signing in again. And we'll use this account. And we'll use that password. See, now I signed in from here. I've got to do a second sign in to get signed in to the thing that I wanted to sign into in the first place when I was signing in. All right. Let's call this Cheer Graffiti, a project to process and report on Cheer Graffiti from the Fritz and Friends projects. That's not how you spell projects. That is public. Version control git, work item process. I don't know what those things mean, but fine, whatever. I'm not using work items. It looks like you're trying to sign in with an email address. Would you like to create a new email address? No. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all.
Wow.
We just want our project and we want a pipeline. New pipeline. It's in GitHub. Go, go, go. Select a repository. Nice. You know what? Is it going to find it if I type Cheer Graffiti? Nope. Nope. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So wonderful. I've got a lot of code. What a pain in the neck. And... Alright. So, do I have to go into here and set up another connection or something? I've authorized one application. Nope, that's not it. No, no. It's not showing the organization repositories. Right, it looks like when I set up this connection to GitHub, it didn't... Well, I'm nearly positive that organization didn't exist. GitHub connections. Connect your GitHub account. There it is. I don't want you in there. Come on now. No, no. I do want it in this one. Password. What's my password? Is it this one? Evidently it is. So now is it going to find it? Yes. Okay. So let's go create that pipeline. Maybe have the cheer graffiti code as a GitHub bot. Love it. We've got a couple steps to go to get there, but yes, yes. Wasn't that just for the Azure boards? I didn't configure it in boards. No. Really? I went into project settings. Oh, dear Lord. I saw GitHub connections here and thought it was for the entire project. Service connections. Okay, that's not it. Let's go back to project settings. That's probably, yeah, it sees the Git repository, but the pipeline doesn't. Oh, no. That's not it. Where the heck do I change my GitHub connection? Right, this is specific to the project. No, that was... No. That was the repository that comes along with Azure DevOps. Right? So pipelines, service connections. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what this does. Allow all pipelines. Sure. So now what happens when I go back to pipelines? Is it there? You have to step through. Right, this is somewhere getting a connection, and it's not clear how to reconfigure this connection. I just have my repositories or all repositories. There's no way to click through and say, right, unless you select a specific connection. If I click that, okay, here's an existing connection. There's no way to configure that connection from this screen, right? This is the connection that I just built. But there was another connection that was out there, right? And it's not there. No. No. Hey, Fairy Wings. No, I was just saying it would have been, if I had more time today, it would have been awesome to connect. Yeah. Now I'm dead in the water. I don't have 3,200 repositories. Yeah, it would have. Next time. When I come out for the Visual Studio launch, I will make it a point to get together and make sure I've got all of the Ninja Cats riding unicorns, right? Does the repost from the Fritz and Friends org show up? We'll see what happens. No. 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 There's the connection I just created, and it didn't prompt me to choose my organizations. No. No. There's only one, I mean, project settings, right? Service hooks, is this where it is? Yeah, 3.5 hours from each other. Integrate your favorite services. That's not what I want. How do I set the source control to GitHub? And specify the repository. Azure DevOps. What the heck? Sets GitHub repository. This shouldn't be this hard. It is. You're absolutely right. The Stream Deck toolkit is running from it. No. No. Let's try this one. This shouldn't be finding a needle in the haystack. I'm looking at the project. Overview. Right, I want to specify where the source code is. I specified the GitHub connection under boards, but the GitHub connection is not, and it has the right repository. But the pipeline, right, the pipeline's what's going to do our continuous integration. This is what's going to build the project for us. I created a service connection. Authorize. Poof. It didn't prompt me for what organizations, what projects to grant access to. Something's not connected here. Now, I don't want permissions. I want to know how to configure it. And I've rat-holed myself on Azure DevOps configuration again, because I've tried to do something that evidently isn't the norm. I can't imagine it's down here in retention. No. I'm not in, I don't have preview features turned on. No. Show me the getting started. Tell me where I'm going wrong here. Why do I need build GitHub projects? Please tell me what I'm doing wrong. Yeah, I have an existing GitHub connection, but it's not configured right. I don't want the sample code. Pipelines, new build pipeline. Where's your code? GitHub. Your list of repositories appears. It wasn't my list of repositories. New pipeline. GitHub. And it's not here. Yeah. It didn't have permissions to this. So where is that configured so that I can change it? Update GitHub configuration. No. Azure. In the GitHub connection, what's under my repositories? That's what I'm looking at. Right? All that's here is all repositories, and this brings back like 3,000 repositories. And poof. Azure DevOps. Update GitHub connection. Troubleshoot GitHub connection in a project. It's not boards, it's pipelines, which has been made clear to me are two different things. Is it possible that I just granted that permission to boards and was able to see it? That's boards. See, now I'm seeing all organizations and things that I probably shouldn't be showing live on stream. But if I search for Fritz and Friends, it's not there because it's not a connection. So what do? There's clearly no way for me to update my pipelines connection, right? I've set my service connection here for pipelines, and I created one called GitHub source code. It's not using this, nor can I configure it. So how do I set that? The marquee ticker up at the top is showing the folks that have contributed to our source code, that have participated in our projects. It's important to me that we celebrate those folks, so they're up top. They're always going to be up there. Hey, Latte Mote, good to see you. So, I see a request to clear the cache in the pipelines. Right, so I will start this, choose GitHub, and I'm going to force a hard refresh here. Control F5. And I'm not liking it already. No. If I choose a specific connection and I choose to use that one, it didn't give me an option to configure the organizations that granted access to that. Outlaws of the Old West. Could I write code with a cowboy accent? No. Michael Jolly fought with this for over an hour and couldn't get it to work. Hugo has a doc there. Choose a repository to build from site docs.microsoft.com. Choose a repository to build. Notice I'm using DuckDuckGo to search with the site, because quite frankly, the search on Azure, on the Docs Microsoft website is not entirely accurate. What are we looking for here? Choose a repository. Yeah, right. Choose a repository to build. There we go. If it's in someone else's, if it's in a GitHub organization, install the Azure Pipelines GitHub app in the GitHub organization. I've already got that. You must be added as a collaborator, or your team must be added in the repository settings under collaborators in Teams. Yeah. So I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to go to the organization. There it is. And we know this already is installed because other organizations use this. No, not that. Where is it? Installed GitHub apps, that's what I'm thinking. I think I need to change the settings in GitHub to add that to the pipelines that I got from the GitHub Marketplace. It's interesting because we have another project in here that is doing this. Why does that project work and this one doesn't? Okay. So how do I get the jump off to go do that? Schrodinger's project, yeah, right. right? So if I say new service, GitHub, no. No, that's not it. And where's the GitHub Marketplace to install? Right, that's not here either. So go up here, I guess. There we go. I've already got it configured. There it is. That's personal settings. I need to install it in yeah, and I need to put it here. Sure. What's interesting to me is, wait, whoa. I'm setting this up to work with what? Oh, okay. Now I see it. All right. It'd be nice if it showed me that other repository and gave me an option to say, oh, you know what? You need to install this. Yeah, Hugo, you're right. Some sort of a process that says, oh, you've got this thing over here we need to install. No. None of the things that I don't want that YAML. Because once you're in YAML, you can't go back. And I don't know the commands, I don't know the code to run this. So no, I am not doing that. Try this again. GitHub. Like, you walked me through a wizard, and you ended the wizard with, here's code that you don't know how to use. Like, okay. Does that work? Okay, so I have here. And there is no .NET Core showing up. Really? There's no .NET Core? Okay, and there's no option to go back and... Okay, let's try this again. I'm not shaming folks who are into YAML. I don't know the bit there. What's going on, Michael Jolly? I misused the high option. What high option? The UI option. I'm trying to use the UI option. I'm saying new pipeline. Okay. The UI options don't take you to the UI. The text option takes you to the UI. The UI options take you to the code editor. That's confusing. Nope, I want GitHub. And now this isn't going to find it again. Nope. Nope. And I can't Over here, this one. All right. I don't want to look at YAML. I don't need that level of configuration. I want to be able to just click and move things around, you know? It's a question of ease of access versus power. I don't need the power, and .NET Core is not an option here. Start with an empty job then. Okay. Yeah, hosted Visual Studio 2017 is fine. Or you know what? I'm even gonna say let's do the 2019 one. What do we got here? Go to the pipeline configure and GitHub market. When you go to the configure pipelines, there's a tab called authorized OAuth apps. Click on pipelines and grant revoke org access there. Yeah. All right, so let's say .NET Core. We're going to want to .NET Build, yeah. And the projects in our folder. Yeah, right off the root. So let's say */star.csproj. Yeah, okay, so that should build. And then I want to add the unit test. .NET Core. Now I should be able to, this time, choose. All right, now the test project sits in test.cheergraffiti. And it's probably test cheer graffiti CS project. That's good enough. Let's see if that works. I don't need it to deploy. First build. Let's see what happens. Sagging Rufus. Modern developers get all the cool things you work in COBOL. Nothing wrong with COBOL. Nothing wrong with COBOL at all. So there we go. Building. Running on a Windows agent. Yes. Hey, roll check. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. With the with Nagasaki's hi there. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. All right, so there's the build. That should build pretty quick, pretty easy, because I don't have too many external dependencies. No particular reason. It's there. It's no particular reason to choose Windows versus Linux. It's just easy and right there. Not a problem to grab. As long as it pays the bills, COBOL is just fine. Absolutely. There's something to be said for whatever technology it is that you're using to complete your task, to work on your project. Shipping is a feature. If you're using COBOL, if you're using JavaScript, if you're using TypeScript, Rust, C#, VB6. Yeah, I said VB6. If it ships and it works and you've got happy customers, there's no shame. There's no shame in that at all.
Oh my.
Be creative. Use the tools that you have accessible to you and work with it. Azure DevOps, you can plug in different compilers in here. So to Sagging Rufus, if you're able to build your COBOL project somewhere outside of your environment, there's no reason you couldn't compile and run build COBOL from here. We're building only master now. Yep. Well, if it works, it works. Absolutely. So by default, it's building the master branch. I'm on the dev branch for this. So if I go back over here, I can configure it to also build the dev branch. Isn't that under options? Not demands, build number format. We can create work items on fire. That's pretty cool to see. But where is it? I think, is it in the... There's the default branch. There's a way to specify all the branches to monitor and trigger on. It's under triggers, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. Enable continuous integration. So now we could say run on these branches. Yeah, thank you. I shouldn't have to specify all of them, but I'll include. No, isn't there also pull request? Yeah, pull request validation. Yes, please. Into master and in. I don't want pull request validation into master. I do want it on dev because I'm going to end up protecting my master branch. Build pull requests from forks of this repository. Yeah. Only trigger builds for collaborators. Pull request comments. No. Okay. Cool. I'm just going to save because I didn't actually change any code. I should build it for dev, right? Can't you build it for dev? Let's do that. And now we should be able to watch and see that version build. You could put a star as it triggers on all commits. Ah, okay, okay. So let's go back in here. Triggers for the branch specification. And then I don't need this one. And here I want to include star exclude master for pull request. Because I'm going to protect the master so that only I can push out to master to do a full release. You have a pad of COBOL coding forms. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's... There we go. So now our build is running. How we doing over here? All right. Let's see. Good. Build is done. Looks good. And I should also have a excuse me, a dashboard here. Can I put it right here? No. I want unit tests. Tests. Come on, show me tests. Test results. Not trend. Fine. Okay. This is the only one I really want. Pass percentage, good. Yeah. All right, whatever. Cool. All right. I'd really like to get that just like right here. That's going to edit that. Whatever. Okay. So now it's building and it's going to be available to me as I continue to advance this project. All right, good. So now the project's building and I can verify that it deploys properly. Let's let's now generate some reports from this, right? I've got it outputting data from this project processor object. All right, let's close this. So this will output for each file name, here are the cheers. So what does the report look like for this? Right now, right, this is the program that's going to kick this thing off, and it's going to pass in a value for here's where the project lives. So I need to generate a report. I think I want to have one report for the entire project, and I want to make it Markdown. And for right now, I want to force the format of that. So let's add a class over here. Let's call this, no, let's create a folder for report formatters. Let's call it formatters. And I'll create a Markdown to go in here. All right. iReport formatter, I think, should be a good interface name for this. All right. I want to go over there. So I think we want to say something like void format report, and we want to take in that IEnumerable of tuples. This is a collection, string file name, and then an IEnumerable of cheer objects called cheers, and we will call this cheer report string output file name. Now, need to get some using statements. Good. So when I'm ready to move forward and build more onto this, build additional formatting, I'll be able to define those easily. So let's implement this interface. Didn't I want the project name also in this? I don't know. Don't think you need the file name here. I want the output file name that I'm going to write to. I just want to specify, I think, the target location. I think that's all I want to do. I think. Oh, I think we're getting to a point where this tuple is going to need to be refactored a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. There's features that we're adding, but I don't need it yet. All right, I'm going to start off by creating a stream writer because I want to write a file to disk. So let's create a new stream writer, and we're going to specify the output file name that we want to write to. There we go. And now I think we just start iterating through that list. Depends on the report we want to output. Exactly. Right. I wanted to make a generic report formatter object here so we can specify and build this out a little bit and customize. Maybe there's a CSV that happens. I don't know. So what's the format look like? What do we want this to say? Right. Let's turn on auto flush. This will allow as we write things into this stream writer. A stream writer is a way for you to write into a file without actually having to concatenate together all of the text you're going to write and push it down. I can just say write this, and behind the scenes it'll go write it to disk. I don't have to think about it. I could actually make this asynchronous as to write this content to disk. I'm not too worried about that. Gareth is raiding with a party of 10. No alerts popped up from Streamlabs again. Thanks so much, Gareth. I appreciate the raid. Hey, thanks so much for joining us, raiders. My name's Jeff, and we're formatting and generating some reports from some comments that are embedded in our code. So this is all C#. I know Gareth is a big fan of F#, but I hope you stick around with us and write some code together here. So should a formatter handle writing or just building the structure? I'm not going to separate that logic yet. I see where you're going there. I don't think we need to separate that out yet. Noodles are tasty AF. Welcome, Noodles. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. So just to start getting something written out here, right? So let's write a line, and I could write these asynchronously. I'm not going to get wrapped up in that, but this is Markdown that we're going to be writing. So let's write a first line that says, supporters of this project, right? I'll write another line after that, an empty line, and then let's just start a for loop and calculate those supporters. Now, cheers right now, the cheers that are in there are grouped by individual and by date and by cheer amount. I think we want to group them. We want to sum them up and just kind of put a summary here. So let's do a little summary here real quick to grab that data. So let's say cheer report, right, isn't that? No, it was called, yeah, cheer report, and I'm going to need to, right, I want to sum, which is a link method. This is our query format that we can use so that we can summarize this data. We're going to take each record. I don't care about the file names. +100 noodle packets on your floor. Yeah, why? What happened? Hey, Veronica. Although you've used streams a little bit, mostly copy-paste, they would be a cool video Twitch live from you on a few stream examples and various uses. Yeah, so there is Ask Jeff Anything space. If you're referring to stream writer, file stream, that kind of thing, go ahead and drop a question in there, and we can definitely set up a demo for a future. Yeah, we're going to need to do a group by, select many, and then sum. I think, yeah, group by might make sense to do first. Right, so I'm going to group by cheers. And then we're going to select many. Oh, wait a sec. What came out of that group by? A grouping of those. It's not just group by cheers, but group by, yeah. I hear group by like mechanical keyboards. Yeah. Now the group by here. So it'll give me the IEnumerable cheers, right? And then that group by is an IEnumerable of I groupings of IEnumerable cheers. Yeah, group by the cheers. Are you saying select many on these? No. Well, I gotta select many on these. If I said on the viewer name. Hang on. So now, coming out of this group by is an IEnumerable of I groupings of IEnumerables of cars. Oh, nice. Do I have a Discord server you can join? Yeah, there's a Discord server link you can see on the wall here just below us. And there's the Discord link as well. Thank you, Chris Jones. You first need a list of all cheers across all files. So that's the direction that I was going when I had, right, group by cheers. And now I'm kind of, right now my group by is a IEnumerable of I groupings of IEnumerable of cheers. That's disgusting. Are the viewer names normalized? Oh, we may need to normalize that. We may need to, yeah. I think we need to select it first so that we get just the cheers, so that we've isolated down to just those, right? So if I say r dot cheers, now I've got a collection of IEnumerables of cheers. Right, so this now is returning an IEnumerable of cheers. Prototype. So I have a I have an object that we're passing in here that is a collection of file name and collections of cheers, cheer objects. Well, if we did this as group by file name, now our group by is an IEnumerable of an I grouping of strings. Yeah, say that. If I make this select many, and the difference between select many and select projects each element of a sequence to an IEnumerable out and flattens into one sequence. So what I'm getting back is an IEnumerable of cheers. There we go. Now, so we had that initial collection. Right now we want to do group by, and then for each cheer we want to group by viewer name, and let's go to lower invariant so that we force them all to be the same. So the group that comes out of there is a group of string, that's the viewer name, and the cheer. Pac-Man Jr., thank you so much for the sub. 1 year. Fantastic. Happy birthday. There we go. Yeah. Thanks so much. And nothing from Streamlabs. Nothing. Feels good. And we will, yep, nice yellow mug for Pac-Man Jr., and we'll make a donation to Black Girls Code. Very cool. Thank you so much. That's tremendous.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Right? 1 year. That is huge. Yeah. All right. And this time next week, actually, we should have from our friend Corgi Candy our new emotes. Hopefully. So I'm grouped by now the usernames. So now I should be able to do a sum of that so that I get that coming back out, right? Right? Well, just a sum is going to give me a number. I don't want just the number. So now how do I aggregate that? Right, this is an IEnumerable of I groupings. Where do we go next year? Where do we go next year, folks? This is where my link skills have hit the wall. Right, so, hello. Thank you. Group by and sum. Yep, I want to sum with a group by. Yeah, but if I want a grouping level there, select and then inside of it do the grouping. That's what it was. All right, so I've done that. Do you have some tests you can use to help? Not yet. Not yet. We could write a test to verify the projection. All right, so the group, right, I want to say then, right, this is I should be able to say the key as username. And then I want to be able to say, I can't say sum there. I could say G, right? So now I'm in no. What happened there? I started flipping into SQL mode. Select new. That's what I'm thinking. I need to be in C# mode, not SQL. Username. Look at this, and now I'm in JavaScript mindset. Too many programming languages. Total cheers equals G dot, and now I should be able to say sum. There we go. Bits. There we go. So now that should give me back, yeah, it's an IEnumerable of an anonymous type that is username and total cheers. Fantastic. That's what I'm looking for. I could write a test for this. Sure, we'll add a folder here and start a test, right? Because we want to be able to verify that this does work. Let's just call it Markdown formatter. You need multiple viewers in your test CS. No, StreamWriter's right here. We got to get there yet. Jeff broadcasts. Yeah, I do need. So I need to be able to have my test data needs to have multiple records. Right. So over here, let's create another class and given multiple viewers should summarize. Right? So now we're writing a unit test to exercise that little bit of code that we started writing here. So public void. Oh, how about given multiple viewers? Right? And then we'll get rid of that. Now we're going to say should summarize. All right. And I'll turn on my testing capabilities here. What do we got? The formatter should be separate from the writing as it'll make testing harder. initially. I mean, yeah. So let's take this then, move it into another method. I'm just going to call it summarize data. Summarize cheers. Right, and I'm going to return. Nope. Oh, fine. You want to make that an expression body? Fine. What the heck did you do? And I'm returning a string and an int. Make sure you change up at least the capitalization of the test file to make sure that's fully handled. Sure. Sure, that's a good idea. I'm going to put in here a class to handle that username property and the total cheers. Let's call this cheer summary. No, not a string. Int total cheers, right? Yeah. All right, so now I can change this to say new cheer summary. So now I've got collection coming back. This should be IEnumerable cheer summary. Now I've got something I can test against. Summarize cheers. Okay. Oh, you make me sad up here. Like that. What? Why don't you like? So if I take this, turn this into a return. So now we're passing in a collection of cheers. We're going to group by the viewers, and then we're going to summarize. We're going to sum up how much they cheered. Going to be hard to add generics now. No, we'll move this out into a base class and handle it over there as well. Let's set up a quick thing of test data. So we need a list of IEnumerable. No, wait, it's a new list of type string file name, and then it was IEnumerable cheer. And it doesn't know what cheer is, so we need to bring those in. Ugh. Alright, so now I can change this. Cool. So let's make some sample data here. Test 1 CS, and then a collection of cheers to go with it. So, oh, here's where I'm going to bite myself. I'm going to get angry right here. Yeah, there it is. Cheer, my cheer object has one constructor that takes text. I need an extra constructor here that doesn't take anything. So now I can kind of force this to be what I'm looking for. Only partly listening, fighting with a partial view. Oh, sorry to hear that, Veronica. probably need to be expanded in the future to use Twitch IDs to cater for username changes. I'm calling it username because it's what I've keyed into the code. Right? This is literally, it's hand keyed in by me. So I know that it's always lined up with what I typed in, right? So I don't really need file name here. I do need a viewer name. So we'll start off with viewer name equals Jeff, bits equals 100. And actually, we need a couple of these in each one of these files. Ah! No, that's not what I wanted to do. No! It's window change happy. Okay, so there's the first cheer for the first file. I want to give this a couple more. We'll put 200 in here for Robert Tables. And we'll put Pac-Man Jr. here, and we'll make this 300. And let's put one more in here from me. And we'll make mine 150. So now, my system under test is new core.formatters.markdown. And then I'm going to take that system under test and I'm going to summarize cheers with my test data. Right? The lowercase j for Jeff in line 22. Sure. All right. So this should give me some results. And now I'm going to start asserting. So I want to say assert that it's not empty. We should have some results. And my live unit testing should tell me immediately here that that passed. Yes, good. Assert dot, can I say count? No. R equal, no, equal. I'm expecting now, the number of records I expect now is 3, because it should summarize the 2 Jeff records. So I'm going to say results dot count. And I need to include link. And that should compile and run, and we should get 3 coming back. Stormfist68, thanks so much for the sub. Late to the party, back for your 2nd month. Thanks so much for joining us. I appreciate the sub, and we'll make a donation to Black Girls Code. Oh, I almost forgot, friends. There was some question about our test pass. There was a question about the rainbow bearded Clippy emote. I have made it available. If you go to redbubble.com, there's a store link down below me there. If you search for C# Fritz here, there's the works on my machine stuff. Yes. Show me, click through. I thought I turned it on. Clippy? I thought it was there. No. But those are nice. Okay, those are nice, but that's not what I was looking for. Let me do the login here. It is available. It should be available. Let me make sure. I'm nearly positive I added. It should be here. There's a whole collection of Clippy things. What the heck? Dashboard. Yep, that's a way we can get. Huh? Come on, Redbubble. Work with me here. That's not my store. Is it just C# Fritz? Nope. Gosh. I thought I added it out here. All right, I'm gonna get back to that later then. But the rainbow bearded Clippy should be available on the Redbubble store. So, okay, so it did find my 3. That it summarized it from 4 to 3 options, and now I want to make sure that the total number of bits for Jeff is 250. So assert equal 250 results dot first, and I'm going to search where username equals Jeff and not equals, double equals total cheers. So now that should find that 250. Yep, good. So we've summarized properly. Fantastic. Yeah, I could use the Twitch API to go and resolve folks' names and user IDs. Yeah, that's it. People C# Fritz. Thank you. There he is. So now, if you're interested, if you want to get stickers made of the rainbow bearded Clippy, and there's a new rainbow bearded Clippy coming. I asked some friends, would you be interested in t-shirts? Yes, there's t-shirts, there's phone cases, mugs, whatever. So if that's something you find fun, there you go. I know some folks were asking, hey, can we get that on a mug or something? So there you go. Cool, thanks for the link there, Chris Jones. I have a question. Does Azure DevOps support WinForms? Yes, it does. In fact, during the Windows App Developer Workshop on Thursday on the Visual Studio channel, we did our final segment of the day. It was with Abel Wang, and we talked about and we showed building Windows Forms applications on DevOps. Really good stuff. All right. I think I'm about to wrap up here. So I've got that summarizing the way I want it to for the Markdown. I've verified that works. So now now that I've got the cheers summarized, and I'm just getting a total there. So let's order by total cheers, and let's order by descending. Come on, I didn't mean to hit the Windows key there. I meant to hit Control. I'm used to Control, whatever. There being a little bit more space there. And then I just want to output that stuff. So let's do a for each on, so let's say cheer on cheer summary. SW right line. And let's put a star. And I'll turn on string interpolation here so I can just mix my C# with the text. And so let's put the person's name and then their number of cheers, their total cheer amount, which will be cheer dot total. So it'll write that. So mind the capitalization on line 20. Must go back and watch. Yeah. Yep. And I think that's all we need then. I can say SW flush, SW dispose, and it should close. It'll send all the remaining content out, and then dispose, and it should be working at that point. All right. That's so now if I run this and format a report, I could write the unit test for that. But I think that's all I really wanted to get through today. I've got it summarizing. I've got a base report that I'm generating. Right? I should be able now to point to a project folder and generate a report based on that. Let's see if I can do that real quick. So var let's equals new project processor. Right? Get that reference. And then I could say report equals processor dot identify files. Well, this is the files equals identify files to process, and then in that path to the project. So now I've got the files, and then the report is going to be processor get the cheers in those files. And now I want to format the report. I'm going to get the markdown formatter. So let's say new formatters dot markdown. Right, now why isn't it finding me that formatters namespace? If I just say new markdown. Huh? Oh, it's in the core, that's why. Should be using for StreamRider, or is it disposable? It is disposable. I did call dispose at the end of it. I'm okay for right now. I just want to get this running, and then we'll clean it up. So format report, and then I'm going to pass in the report, and then my output file name. Let's just hard code it right now to summarize MD. Let's see if that works. All right, build succeeded. I'll come over here. Here I am in my cheer graffiti folder. So let me go into cheer graffiti. So I should be able to say .NET run, not .NET ruin. And then I need to pass it the path to the project, which is, let's give it this location. Let's give it, right? C dev cheer graffiti cheer graffiti. See if that does anything. .NET ruin should be a command. I think I need to give it a path to project switch. All right, and that didn't work. Wow. What do we got? Exception has been thrown by the target of invocation. Could not find file assemblyinfo.cs. Interesting. What if I do that? Right, it's looking for identify files to process. Yeah. Nope, didn't like it. Where's it looking? Cannot find file cheergraffiti.assemblyinfo.cs. So it's not walking the structure properly. Project processor 36. You know what it's not doing? It's not grabbing the full file name when it's doing the identify files to process, right? Look, get cheers for files. It's right. This should return the full file name. And actually, wait, what? Where did it go? Right, dot select, not F name. I want the full name so that I get the absolute path to these. Right, let's make sure my tests all run. It sure did. So we'll try that again so that we find it. We don't end up walking through this hierarchy improperly. I think we got it. I think we got it. Fantastic. Oh my gosh, that's great. That's great. Streamlabs isn't updating anything. No, Hugo, it's not updating anything at all. It is literally a dead stick. Oh, you can't see. My bad. My bad. So there it is. There's my summarize, right? And that's simple markdown. That's just showing that, right, that it's, if I do that and I come back to this, put it up like that, there, now you can see it. That's just simple markdown that's the formatting and outputting that. Now we can make it more complex, we can make it more interesting, but to get the proof of concept now I've got a tool that I can run and I can point at a folder and generate this great summary and have it order and show exactly the information about the folks that supported our project. And that's important to me. So I think we should commit this. I think we should commit this and call it a day. So we need to add those other files. Completed MVP of markdown formatting. That's tremendous. And that'll go up. So the goal is to write a markdown file to store in GitHub of cheers. Yes, an animated Slinky. Here's what we're going to do for animated Slinky. I'm going to go into our markdown file that we were working on. And I'm going to drop a cheer in here. And it didn't make any noise. And yeah, Streamlabs is completely offline here for me. Animated Slinky. And today is St. Patrick's Day, isn't it? 17th. Thank you so much for that. That is very kind. Yeah, and then this should virtual pinch. What happened? There we go. Cool. And now I can regenerate that, actually, right? .NET run. No. What happens if I run it and just say this? Does that work? No, I didn't give it path to project. Does that work? Interesting. Yep, that PowerShell ad. Hey, how's it going there, Potato Quality? Some green screen and St. Patrick's Day don't go too well together. No, they don't. No. Actually, I wrote that into here, which is in the core project. So you know what? I could probably run it, instead of path to project here, I could probably go up like this and say cheer graffiti. probably do that, can't I? Well, now my summarizes that project, not this project. The plot thickens. Interesting. I'm going to include that shear, make sure that gets into the mix here. So let's add, yep, that markdown. Added a cheer from animated Slinky. And now I'll push that. Fantastic. All right, I think we got a formatter built. It does a simple formatting, and it's something for us to build on. It's something to look at moving forward that we can enhance, we can grow, we can start to separate some of that logic and generate something that recognizes those folks that have supported and been generous to help with our projects. It's a thing that works. Yep, that's a twofer, isn't it? All right, I think it's time to move along. Yeah. So we've got our project now doing. It's now able to build a little report, output it. It parses the files properly. It compiles things up for us, and it should be building for us out here on Azure DevOps. And we should see a build finish for this. Not boards. We should see it here in the pipeline. There it is. Fantastic. I am thrilled. Now we'll have an executable that we'll be able to include and actually generate some of this file for us and push it back into GitHub. Is it outputting in the parse projects directory? Right now it outputs where you're running it. So, and that's interesting, it failed. That's interesting that the test failed. And you know what? I'm going to have to come back and figure that out next time. I want to set up our raid today. Of course, it's Sunday. I want to keep the love going here. I want to get us connected over to our good friend NoOpCat, because I know she's streaming over there. There she is. We'll set up the raid. So friends, let's let NoOpCat know that we're coming. There's the raid call in the text in chat. If you're a sub, grab that first block of text. If you're not, grab that second block of text. Copy it out to the clipboard. When we get over there to NoOpCat's channel, I want to see you post that into her channel and let her know that we've arrived, that we're there, we're supporting her, and we want to have some fun writing code with folks in her stream. All right? Thanks so much, everybody, for joining me. I will probably be back Thursday. Tuesday, I'm at MVP Summit. I'm running things, and I won't be able to host a stream. Keep an eye open, and we'll see you on Thursday. Take care. Let's go see NoOpCat. Later.